Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Power of Peptides. We're so excited to have everybody here. I'm going to go ahead and change my settings here. I don't know if it makes a difference for all of you, but okay, perfect. So as you're joining, and I know that we're going to get a couple more people to hop in here, feel free to say hi in the chat. Let us know if you're familiar with peptides. Are you on any peptides? Are you just curious about them? This is our jam. We talk about it all day, every day. And so you're in good company. So if you have any questions, feel free. Like Kristen said, we want this to be interactive. If you have questions for us, pop them in the chat. But what we're going to do is basically just share our stories, right? Share where we came from, how we got here, and why we're passionate about peptides, okay? So I'm going to kind of get started. And really how this is going to flow, we're going to take about 20, 30 minutes to do it. We won't keep you super long. I know we all have things to do, and that's it. So I'm going to get started. I'm just going to kind of tell you guys my journey. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the company at the end and ways that you can kind of get connected and start your healing journey as well. So my name is Joey Udovich. I started with LAMD, which we are a part of. Both myself and Kristen and Mina were a part of this amazing company. It's a telehealth concierge company. And so what we do is we connect people to medications and peptides that help them with their health and wellness. So regenerative and preventative care. How did we get here? So for me, my story actually started in 2022. I had no idea what a peptide was. I never knew that they were a thing. I didn't know what a GLP-1 was, to be honest with you. My father had type 2 diabetes, and I knew he took, a GLP-1, but I never connected that with weight loss at the time. But really my story kind of starts with him. So my father in 2022 was diagnosed with stage 4 gastric cancer. And hold on one second, guys. Okay. And he was my absolute ride or die, like my best friend. My world really revolved around my dad. Like, he was the person, in my life that if I ever wanted to make anybody proud, it was him. Everything that I did was for my dad. I don't know if that sounds silly or not, but he was my best friend. And so when he got diagnosed with cancer, my whole life just kind of shifted and took a very scary and unpredictable turn. There's a lot of painful moments in that in the next year and a half, but I'll kind of sum this up. During his time with chemotherapy, he had to undergo genetic testing, found out that he was positive for something called the BRCA2 gene mutation. There's a BRCA1 and a BRCA2. So BRCA2 just means I'm extremely susceptible as a female. It can affect males also with prostate and whatnot. But to have breast cancer, ovarian cancer, any type of female cancer, peritoneal cancer, which is your abdominal wall, pancreatic cancer. So what could they take away from me to help prevent things as much as they could? So obviously, bye-bye to my breasts, and obviously complete hysterectomy. So at the age of 41, I was put in early surgical menopause. So couple that with watching my dad suffer. Like, it was gastric cancer. They took out 85% of his stomach. It was hell on earth watching him go through this. And so I was eating because it was the one thing that made me cope. It was my coping mechanism. Like, okay, this is the one thing that makes me happy and I enjoy doing it, and damn it, this is what I'm going to do, right? This is what I'm going to do because nothing else is working for me. And that's what I did. And so my hormones were shifting. My emotional well-being was shot. My self-image, I think that's a good way of putting it. My self-image was completely skewed. I didn't even know who I was anymore. When you go through these major surgeries, you quite literally change. Like, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, what the heck am I? Who the heck am I? I don't recognize myself, mind, body, or soul. So I have to figure this out. So we're going to jump forward to 2024. So by the January of 2024, my dad was actually doing a lot better. And I started to heal myself as well. And by the summer of 2024, I decided that I needed to control one thing in my life. And that one thing was my weight. And it just so happened that the person who does my hair said she was taking a GLP-1. So I'm like, you look fantastic. What are you doing? And she shared her secret with me. Well, that secret turned into something that completely changed my life. And it started with my weight. I want to just say this because even before all of that happened, As I was approaching the age of 40, perimenopause kicked in. I didn't know that that was a thing. I mean, I'd never done that before, obviously. And I would work out 6 days a week. I was waking up at 4:30 every morning, swear to God, 6 days a week. I would journal. I would plan out what I was eating for the day. I would drink a gallon of water. I would walk at least 10,000 steps a day. I would work out like strength training an hour a day. Nothing changed. And I mean, nothing changed. Nothing changed. My weight didn't change. My body composition didn't change. Nothing. I felt good, but nothing changed. And so it started there. And then you put all the other things on top of it. And I was like, there was no hope for me at that point. And that's how I felt. So I was so desperate. I'm like, I'm going to try it. I need help. So whenever I started it, it was really just, I need to lose weight. I didn't think about the sourcing. I didn't think about side effects. I didn't think about anything. I just needed help losing weight. And so I say that because I've learned a lot along the way, and it worked. I did end up losing my father in October of 2024. And when he passed away, I was just committed to the fact that I was going to use that pain and turn it into purpose. And I won't go into my whole story, but that's whenever LEMD came into my life. So I had this journey with the GLP-1 that did what nothing else could do, what clean eating could do, what moving my body could do, what hydrating my body could do. It helped me find a piece of myself again. So in that rubble of, just despair and grief and new body image, there I was. And it was powerful. It was powerful, not just physically and how I felt physically. My inflammation was gone. I had chronic joint pain. It was completely gone. Like, no lie. I couldn't sleep. When you're put in surgical menopause, that's a big thing. Like, you have a hard time sleeping through the night. I was able to sleep through the night. The hot flashes were gone. I also took HRT, by the way. Like, I had to implement the hormone replacement therapy along with that. But those two things together really, really just gave me back a sense of myself like nothing else could. So it was very powerful. So my journey started there. I ended up joining with LEMD, and I learned about all these other peptides. So the next one that I implemented was something called glutathione. And glutathione is huge because it's a double MTHFR, which sounds like a bad word, but it's not. It's a genetic mutation where your body can't methylate, and so you're holding on to toxins. Mine was activated. So you can have that gene mutation, but it may not be expressing itself. Mine did. And so I was holding on to all the bad things over the years that I was putting on my body, in my body. The air that we breathe has toxins. I mean, we can't escape it, right? So I was holding on to this. So that showed up not just with the hormone fatigue, but that increased my fatigue. I was chronically fatigued in bed. I mean, my husband would tell you that. It was awful. I mean, depression, all of those things. So when I started taking the glutathione, it's a cellular detox. So that just flushed out my system. I took it twice a week to start. Now I take it once a week. Instant energy. And I'm not kidding, instant energy. And it was emotional. It was like, oh my God. Okay, so the food noise went away and now I have a ton of energy. This is wild. Like, this is what life is supposed to be like. And then I started going down the rabbit hole, and I take a ton of other ones now. I've done GHKCU for the hair and the skin. I'm doing great there. I'm 44. I feel great. My hair feels great. Now I do have some extensions, but I still have, like, this is all my hair up here. I just feel good. I feel like I never thought that I would feel at the age of 44 going through what I went through, to be honest with you. BPC 157, TB 500, that was another big player in my game because it's internal healing from the inside out. When your body's put through trauma of surgeries and shifts and change, aches and pains, that kind of thing, that BPC is called the Wolverine stack, game changer. Even for exercise recovery, that's a big thing. The list goes on and on. I take Solank and C-Max, that's our newest ones. It's a nasal spray and it crosses that blood-brain barrier. So ADHD for sure. I've never been clinically diagnosed, but I can tell you without a doubt, I definitely have that. I take that once a day, and the focus that I have is unreal. And I noticed it for the first time at Easter. I was making Easter dinner and my brain wasn't doing this and hopping all over. And if you suffer from that, you know what that's like. It's a real thing. And it can be very debilitating. Like, it will paralyze you because you don't know what to do next. You're just constantly jumping in thoughts. That's been a huge game changer for me. There's a lot that I could say, but I'm going to stop there because I have two other women that want to share their stories. That's just mine. It's been a ride, but I've never been more purpose-driven in my entire life than I am now with this company because of the quality of care, because of the quality of the product, and the doctor oversight. You guys, unlike anything I've ever been a part of. It's been the biggest blessing to me. So with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic over. Who wants to go next? Kristen, I see you on my screen next to me. So like if I'm reading, I'm going to go left to right. So I'm just going to call on you to go next. So Kristen has a powerful story as well. I'm not going to even preface it. I'm just going to kind of let you jump in and give it to
Yeah,
us.
sure. Thank you. And I will start by saying, so Joey is my enroller in LAMD, and I did not know Joey. I actually followed her story, and when I like have to emphasize how important it is to like show up as your authentic self always, especially when sharing something that's as vulnerable or as like serious, not serious, but like LEMD is changing our lives, like bottom line. And there's no glass ceiling here. We could take this as far as we want to go, and we're all going to the top. Like it's the possibility is endless. But I saw Joey's heart before I saw the possibility of what was like what I could do in Ellie. And so for me, when I was watching her stories, when she was sharing about her dad and she was sharing from her heart, like she had no idea I was watching her stories and just crying with her. And she had no idea at the time that I was in a position in my life that, I had been in network marketing for 8.5 years. I was at the top of my company. I did really, really well, but I was at a point where I saw the industry shifting. And I also saw what peptides were doing for people. I started researching secretively, and I was going through my own health crisis. But Joey made it really easy for me to reach out and be vulnerable myself. And that was like, and now she's the leader of this incredible team, and it's her heart that kind of set the tone. So it's like, it's a really good place to be if you're thinking about the business wise, because we are very like-minded and like-hearted in this company, and it starts from the top. And so she's a great leader. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Yeah, no, I love you so much. So, but again, coming from, I mean, stranger to sister is a big deal, and I don't say that lightly. So like I said, I was with another company for 8.5 years, and I loved it, and I never saw myself leaving. And then we kind of came out with an all natural GLP-1. I'm sure you guys have seen them all over. And I say that it was like my gateway drug to the injections and to the real thing. Basically, if I don't have someone's trust in a product, and if I can't look someone in the eye and say that this is working and this is, I believe in it, then I don't have anything. And basically, I saw people trusting me trying this other product, and they were not getting the results, and it was actually doing the adverse effect, and like people were gaining weight and people were getting sick. And it stopped me in my tracks, and I was gaining weight. I had a situation where I chose to explant my breast implants, and it was a personal decision. I went through surgery, and I got a really bad infection, and I ended up getting sepsis. And I was hospitalized, and I was on, I mean, just a crazy amount of antibiotics. I came out of that situation on the other side, but I was so inflamed afterwards, and I had gained 30 pounds. I've been a personal trainer and group fitness instructor for, oh my gosh, I'm so old, 20 years, you guys. Holy cow. Wow, I just totally dated myself, but I've been in the fitness industry for so long, and it's always been a passion of mine. I live to encourage people, especially women. I worked at an all-women's gym for a while, and I just pouring into people and like encouraging and motivating people is like my jam. So when I came out on the other side of, my sepsis and my explant, and I felt inflamed, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. And so when you're in that place, you can't go and, teach a spin class and feel good about yourself. And so my life, like I was just like, what do I do? Fast forward to talking to Joey, reaching out to her, being like, I think I'm going to do this, and you cannot tell anyone. And she's like, who would I tell? I'm not going to. But she kind of got the ball rolling for me. And my results, I was able to, on the microdose, I lost 30 pounds. And the way it wasn't even like about, yes, it's great to feel good and look in the mirror and put on clothes and be like, okay, I got my mojo back. But it's also about how we feel on the inside. And when we feel good on the inside, we're feeling good on the outside. Again, you can show up as your authentic self. You can show up as who you want to be. You can pour into others. You can be a better mom, a better partner, a better friend, all of the things. And so once I did, I mean, the first one was microdosing tirzepatide, but then I was like, okay, glutathione, BPC-157. I mean, GHKCU, I have tried all of them. And again, I do believe in being a product of the products too, especially if I'm going to tell the people that I love about them. I did invest, I think I invested like $8,000 in peptides this last year because I was like, I just wanted all of them.
Yeah.
But with that came me sharing about them, and me sharing is that those text messages of like, Kristen, I'm feeling like myself again. Kristen, oh my gosh, I put on my favorite pair of jeans. Like my husband is down this, like it's just for me, that is addicting. And so I put both feet pedal to the metal. I left my other company and I dove into LEMD fully. Go
Can
ahead.
I ask you a question, Kristen? Can you
Yeah.
speak on, and not to belittle any company or anything, but we
Yeah.
have a lot of people that will try the all natural peptide, which sounds great in theory. But I'm going to
Mhm.
say this because I do want to hop, and I want you to say your experience with that. However, we do have a lot of naturalists on our team, like people
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I mean, super, and you're kind of like that,
I
Kristen.
am. I am.
Elizabeth is like that, Blair is
Yep.
like that, but
Yep.
they would argue that this is a very natural process. So what it comes down to, you guys, they're a chain of amino acids. Our
Yep.
bodies make amino acids. So a longer chain of amino acids is a peptide, and a longer chain of amino acids from there is called a protein. That's it.
Yes.
So what the difference is between black market and quality pharmaceutical is, number one, the sourcing. Where are you getting it from? We are now a company that not only has FDA compliant amino acids to make the peptides, we are now sourcing them here in the United States. So you've got like 5 or 6 different labs. I think they're all in China. Right now, they're FDA regulated, which is great. So all the 503A compounding pharmacies, which is what you want, even like Wegovy, Zepbound, Ozempic, they all get it from the same exact place, just so you know that. So when they come over here, they have to process through those particular pharmacies to be considered 503A, which is what you want. Well, now we are here in the US. There's nothing coming from overseas.
Right.
Completely clean, top of the line, pharmaceutical grade, triple filtered, third party tested. So I say all of that because we can actually argue, okay, it is a pretty natural process. They're pure. The testing and the purification process is unlike any other. I'm so proud of this company. I'm so proud to be working with them and to use their peptides because I know what I'm putting in my body is okay. Like it's good.
Yeah.
And we've had so many people transition from other companies that will tell you. Actually, a friend of ours that's on our team, she said, Joey, I came from name brand, and I'll be honest, this has worked better for me.
Yeah.
It's worked better because nothing is mass produced. It's made specifically for you
Yes.
and sent directly to you. So
Yeah.
with that being said, can you just speak very quickly on like why did the all natural not work? Like what was your experience with that?
I mean, I feel th there's a lot to be said for that. But for me personally, it's not a this is not a one size fits all situation, and that's why another reason why I love Ellie, because it's not even prescribed until or formulated until you order it. And so this is, with the other one, it was like take 4 scoops of this fiber and 2 scoops or take 2 of these pills and bada boom, bada bing. And here's the thing, like we all know this, not everybody is the same. We don't all have the same. What works for you, Joey, it might not work for me.
Right.
What works for Mina isn't going to work for Nancy or Sherry. And so everybody has different protocols that they need. And so for me, I felt so good. And also there was someone that you can reach out to. We can reach out to our doctor, our prescribing doctor, and talk to them about what we're experiencing. There was none of that with the company that I was with. And, we preach a lot about activation. This is about activation on a cellular level that you cannot get from a pill or a powder or a potion or anything. This is a completely different beast that is amazing, and it's healing people on a cellular level that you cannot get from anything else.
Right. And after I say this, I want to get to Mina. Whenever you think about bioavailability and how it's going to respond in your body, when you give yourself an injection, you guys, and it's that high quality product, you're getting 100% of that into your bloodline or into your bloodstream, rather, not bloodline. So when you think about that versus anything that is taken by mouth, your digestive system immediately gets to work breaking it down. So by the time it is where it needs to be, you're not getting what you need to be getting. And I'll be the
Right.
first to say LMD does have an oral GLP-1. I wouldn't recommend it. I
No.
wouldn't recommend it. And I love LAMD. I think it's fantastic. But
Yeah.
that's not the one that I would recommend for people. If you want something that's truly going to work in your body, like get to work because you're putting 100% of it in, you're going to do the injectable. And FYI, if you're nervous about the needles, it's just that little teeny tiny diabetic needle. It is so tiny. I have people that were terrified to take it or to use it, and they're like, I didn't even know that I put it in. Like it is
Well, that
that
was
small.
me. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was shaking like when I first started to.
scared.
Now I'm like a human pincushion.
Same. And it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, our next guest, and really the reason why we're here is my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, inside and out friend, Mina Thompson. Mina, I'm so proud of her, first of all, for just being here. It's very, very difficult to come on and just share your truth and share your story. I think we all started this like I don't want anybody to know. I went from, oh my God, I could never show anybody these
Yes.
pictures. I'm going to hide these pictures on my phone. I have the ugliest pictures on social media of me in these ugly gray underwear. You can go look. I don't even care. You just stop caring. When you realize the purpose of it is so much greater than yourself, you don't care anymore because you see the benefit and the impact that it has. So, Mina, I would love for you to introduce yourself and please share with us your testimony.
Okay, really quick because everyone here will know that I ramble by the end of this. But I want to make sure we hit on something at the end. Tessa Moreland, please don't let me forget. I
Okay, I
do want to
won't.
hit on that because I have someone in here that was asking me about
Let's
it,
do
and
it. Let's
it's
do it.
probably the
And
reason
you
that
guys,
they're here.
and we'll have time for Q&A. And if anybody would need to hop off, you can't. Not yet, though. Listen to Mina first. But at the end, any questions about any of the peptides, we're here for it. Okay, go ahead, Mina.
So, I guess I'll start where I love how you mentioned Joey because when Joey brought me into LAMD, one of the first things I said to her was like, "All right, Joey, I don't know how to ask you this, but I'm going to be honest. Like, how the F do I tell people that I'm on a GLP-1? Like that's embarrassing. Like I was embarrassed. But I'll start to where lead me to that. So I feel like my whole life, I'm 26 years old. I was athletic. I ran competitively in high school. I ran cross country, long distance. I went to the Marine Corps. Then, I mean, for those who don't know, I'm a state trooper. So I had to be physically fit for that for the most part. I mean, I guess you don't have to stay physically fit, but you probably should. I did that. I ran a freaking marathon in October of last year. So I don't think anything screams like you're trying to get physically fit than running a marathon, which was like probably like I feel like everyone has something in their life that they're like, yeah, I'm proud of that. Like, okay, I was in the Marine Corps. That's something I'll say. Like, okay, I'm a state trooper. I'll say that. I ran a marathon. Like, I was really proud of myself. I never thought my body could do that and that I could put myself through that. But I think from the outside looking in, everyone looks like, oh, you're in the greatest shape of your life. Like you're training to run over 26 miles. But I didn't feel that way. I also was working midnights. So I wasn't recovering properly. I wasn't sleeping properly. I wasn't taking care of myself properly. And to do what you're asking your body to do, you have to fuel it properly. So my eating habits had changed. So I was eating a lot of carbs. I was hungry literally 24/7. Like that's all I wanted to do was eat. And
Yes.
I blamed it like, okay, well, you're putting your body through a lot, which yes, you should never like starve yourself. So I excused it and let it go. And then like I would look at pictures and I'm like, my gosh, like
And
ew.
she never looked bad.
No,
But I will say you can tell that there's a difference with Mina. Like
yeah. I
the
feel like when I
inflammation,
look at pictures, yes.
the inflammation is gone. Gone.
Yes, and I feel like people throw the word around inflammation, but there's no other way to describe it other
No,
than inflammation.
you
Like
you
that's
get
what it
puffy.
was.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then so I remember talking to someone, and it's so funny because you said you were talking to your hairdresser. I was talking to someone who, and I say this all the time, like someone's an it girl. Like an it girl to me is like you're an it girl, like you're it. And so this was like an it girl and beautiful, not like so sweet, like had her shit together. And she was like, yeah, I got on a GLP-1 because I just wanted to lose like 10 to 15 pounds. And I'm like, so you did it. Like, I
Yeah.
could do it too, and she's my age. Like, I feel like that's the thing too. Like, I think it's nice, like my point of view, like I'm 26 and maybe you don't hear that. Like people, when they start introducing peptides, maybe they're in their 30s or their 40s. Like I feel like just because you're in your 20s doesn't mean you can't take care of yourself or can't be preventative or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? Like that's not a bad idea. So, right, like a couple weeks after my marathon, I reached out to Joey And I'll be honest with you, Joe, I was a little buzzed at the time. I'm like, I'm getting on a GLP-1.
It's all right. It's all right, buddy.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. So I did it, and I think the next day I was like, oh, like, should I have done that? And now looking back, like I'm so grateful
Now,
to.
mind you, she's not on a full dose. She never was. She's on a
No, I was
microdose.
always on a microdose. I was always on a microdose,
Very
and
small.
now I even like cut the microdose in half. And it led me, and like I like how Kristen said now she's like, I want to try everything, and that's me.
Yeah.
Like I'm on NAD, which I love NAD because like I said, I'm on midnights and I'm like a walking zombie. And with that, I feel like I have so much more energy. Sermorelin and the GHK and everything like that. And I really want to try the Testmorelin and everything like that. So I feel like I'm just gonna be like everywhere. Like I'll be like, Kristen,
That's
that's
what
so funny.
happens.
But something that I definitely want to hit on is, and I'm sure everyone has heard this when they got on to like a GLP-1 or a microdose GLP-1 is like, oh, you don't need that. And like I've told people that, or like, why
Yeah.
are you on that? And it's like, I take that as a compliment. Like, thank you so much. But like, first off, it's no one's business. Like at the end of the day, it's no one's business. Like if you want to take it, take it. But like it's you who has to answer to like how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
So yes, I started with a GLP-1 microdose and I feel like that's very popular and everything, but it did lead into other things and now I'm like I can't imagine. I mean like I like put it's like on my to-do list every day. Like, okay, take my shots today. Like, don't forget, it's on my little calendar, like it's part of your routine now and it's
Well, and
changed my life
here's
completely.
the thing too, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I do want to say this. A couple of things. I'm going to pull my blind down because I got this like line across my face. A couple of things I'm going to first touch on is just say people don't realize that there are so many other benefits outside of weight loss for a GLP-1. So microdose really is a longevity peptide, you guys. So it helps. There's like neuroprotective properties. It helps prevent things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, which for me, and if you're younger, you may not think that's an issue, but I'm telling you now, the sooner that you help prevent those things, the better. For me, it runs in my family. I'm on it for life. Don't care. Don't care to get off. It works for me. I feel great. It has cardiovascular benefits, metabolic benefits. It's been proven to reverse fatty liver disease. And then if you just think about the power of preventing obesity, like our founder, Honey Sigari, always says, that's a great lever to pull, right? So there's over 250 diseases related to obesity. And if you pull that lever, think of what you are doing for your body. You're getting rid of your visceral fat that surrounds your organs. You are quite literally taking a longevity peptide. And as we age, things get depleted from our body. So all that we're doing is saying, you have permission to do that again. They're just little messengers that go in and say, hey, guess what? You can still make this. Now get to work. And that's what it does. So outside of that weight loss, outside of that, okay? And you need to do it responsibly. I think you can look at Kristen, Mina, and myself. We don't look like we have sunken in faces. I don't think that any of us look unhealthy. As a matter of fact, I think we look really healthy. We are a testament to, we were under doctor supervision. We take high quality peptides and we do it responsibly. And so there's the difference. There's the difference, right? And Mina, to your point of saying, now you want to try all these other peptides. Heck yeah, you do. Because you realize even at the age of 26, your body is starting to get depleted of things like NAD.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you realize, oh my God, I can feel this way. That's what it did for me. It was like, oh my gosh, I can feel this way again. And now mind you, I was on the other end of it. I was at the extreme of my hormones were gone. My self-image was gone. I lost my best friend. So mentally, emotionally, physically, all the things were gone. I've never felt better. And I can't get my dad back. If there was a peptide for that, I would have taken it a million times over. I wish there was. But I can do other things to help my physical body. Best thing I ever did. Sorry, I interrupted.
I
I
agree.
just wanted to say
No,
that.
I agree.
I just want to acknowledge that there's so much more than just what people
And
think.
I feel like, and this might be goofy to say, but like I even feel like to me now, which like I said, I've always worked out. I've went in my funks where like maybe I took a few weeks off and then I'm like, okay, I need to get back into it. But now I'm like, I'm investing into myself. Like I need to invest out, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
it's like now I feel more like in a routine, like, no, I can't skip my workout today. Or like, I know I'm not feeling it, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm actually training for a half marathon here that's happening in like a week and a half, the Pittsburgh. So I'm a little bit like, probably at the down end of that, might not have the most motivation right now, but like you can, just because you're on GLP-1 microdose or anything, Sermorelin, anything, like that doesn't mean that you're unhealthy or that you don't take care of yourself. Like I feel like
The complete
most
opposite.
people, yeah, like actually really, put the time and effort and everything into that. So
No,
that's
that's
my
wonderful. I love that. I
little
do. I
piece.
love that. I love that. And so that wraps up our stories. But I did want not our stories, our testament. They're not stories. It's real life. But I did just want to open it up for questions. If you guys have questions, you can unmute if you want. We've got a small crowd, which I think is great. I love an intimate crowd. Please feel free. You can take it off of mute. You can unmute or just ask it in
Real
the chat.
quick, can I interrupt? Can
Yeah.
we go over a little bit of like the testosterone? So I definitely wanted to hit on like um that it's more of like a growth hormone. It helps your body produce your growth hormone. So I think that's
Yeah.
like a big misconception that it's like you're injecting hormones
No,
into
no, no, not at
yourself.
all. I'm going to go
Which
back
is,
to their messengers. Their messengers.
yes,
And
they're just signaling your body to like,
that's
hey,
it.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
And I feel like there's so many benefits from what I've seen. I can't say that I'm on Somorelin. I haven't taken the test Somorelin yet, so I'm not going to really talk on it too much.
But you're on
But
Samoralin? Do you take Samoralin?
mhm.
Okay, so Samoralin is like I'm gonna let's say like the baby. It's not really the baby.
Yes,
It's not a
yes,
product
that's
of
how I
Tessa IPA, but
describe it.
right. So it's
The
not
raising little
as
step alone.
yes. I love Samoralin. So Samoralin kind of acts like Tessa IPA. Tessa IPA is just a stronger formulation, basically. I mean, they're not the same peptide, but they work the same. So think of like maintaining and helping to build lean muscle mass. If you're wanting to get toned and tightened, those are great ones to add to your protocol.
Such a good one. I will speak to that as a personal trainer too. I have a lot of trainers at Lifetime, and that is like their Tessamorelin is like their number one. And then for like first starting out is Samorelin. Sorry, not to interrupt,
No,
but
please.
it's
No, thank you.
it's
Yes.
huge in the fitness world. It's everywhere at Lifetime in California. Like that's like the number one. Tessamorelin KPV right now is like
And
the
if you
one.
look at people's before and afters, I mean, it's happening. Like it really does work.
A
Now,
thousand percent it's happening. Oh yeah.
it does.
It's
It definitely, and on top of that, like the sleep quality for me,
yeah.
Samoralin, which I started with Samoralin,
Yep.
I slept like a baby. It really helps with that. So there's quite a lot. And I'm pulling up the Tessa IPA because I just want to make sure I go through the potential benefits. So fat loss and body
Man, you're gonna
composition
love it.
support. Now, Tessa IPA, you guys can actually make you feel a little hungry for some people. Okay. One person will say, okay. So Misty and Mina, feel free. We can always hop in and answer questions too.
Yes.
Um,
Misty, if you'd like, we could talk here or I can message you. I don't want to hit the exit button. I don't know Zoom that well. I feel like if I hit exit out of the chat, I'll exit out of Zoom. Like
you can hit the X in the chat, but you don't need to do
there we
that.
go. There we go.
Okay.
Um, I feel like my dad right now. I'm like, I don't want to hit something because it'll log me out. But
Right.
Misty, if you'd like, we can chat. We can chat here, whatever you're comfortable with. On Facebook. Yes, please message me. Perfect. I'll message you
No
right
worries.
after this.
No worries. I'll go through this really quick and then what we'll do is I'll end the recording and then we can stay and chat. Okay. So I just want to say this about Tessa IPA. So fat loss and body composition support, muscle recovery and lean muscle preservation, anti-aging and longevity support. A lot of the peptides do that, by the way, anti-aging. Metabolic optimization, same. Cognitive function and neuroprotection, emerging area. So meaning like it's still being studied for that, but it's showing promising research. Sleep support and recovery enhancement, and then energy and vitality. What a fantastic thing to add to your protocol.
Yeah.
I mean, all day long. And Dr. Jason Pensick, if you guys don't follow him on social media, he's actually a very good friend of mine and a brand partner. I started with Samoralin. He's like, why are you taking Samoralin? Get on Tessa IPA. But the truth is I wasn't ready for Tessa IPA. I still had a little bit of weight to lose, and that I didn't want to like be hungry. And I think it can make some, not everybody,
Yes.
a little bit hungry, right? Is that right, Kristen?
Yeah, and I will say too, I mean, I want people, this isn't like a magic like injection either. Like you got to do the work. And so be like I always tell people too, like these are not like you're not just going to inject and build a six pack, but like they are literally helping you to achieve the ultimate goals. Like these are powerful and they work when you work. So you do
Yes.
have to like that's why the men at like the gym, my husband is like shredded right now because he's lifting weights. He's lifting heavy. He's doing the work, but he's like this peptide, like he's obsessed with tesamorelin. Like that's his number one, like obsessed.
I love
He's
it.
6'6", he's 220, and he's, I mean, like got I think 18% body fat. So like he's feeling it, and yeah,
18% body fat. Wow. And
yeah, it's crazy. I kind of hate him right now. I'm like,
he's
come
a
on, dude.
firefighter. He's a
Yeah,
fire.
he is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to thank you all for just joining us tonight. Please don't go anywhere if you want to stick around for a little Q&A. Please go back to the brand partner that brought you here and just know that they care about you, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have asked you to be here. They do care about your overall well-being. The company itself, just to give you a real quick rundown of how it works, if you decided that you wanted to move forward with placing an order, ask Mina if she brought you here, ask Kristen if she brought you here, ask any of us who brought you here, and then we can kind of guide you to which peptide would work best for you, right? That, in our opinion, we can't give medical advice, but we do know enough to make a suggestion. At that point, you fill out a health intake form. We have board certified doctors in all 50 states that will review that intake form, and if you're a good candidate, they'll send you a text message and email saying, yep, you're good to go. They send the script to the pharmacy, 503A compounding, FDA compliant, triple filtered, third party tested, made specifically for you. There's my dog. She's like, yes, I've heard this a million times. And then it's shipped right to your door in this beautiful bottle, actually. This is the new shipping, and they have
I know, it's so nice.
so nice. Now you'll get one, I think, with every order. And the purpose of that is because, honey, our founders like, I want it in every home in America. Everybody should be taking these. So give it away. Give it to, leave it at the gym for somebody to find. So I thought that was kind of cute. But anyhow, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate
Thank you guys.
Yep. I'm going to stop the recording and you all can stick around and we can hang out. So thank you.